Oh, we're going live. We're going live.
There it is. All right, broadcasting live here for Digital Trends Live at CES 2019, and this is what it's all about. Our top tech of CES awards. They were just announced last night, and we have the honor of having one of our award winners here with us right now. I'm Greg Nibbler, here with Maude Garrett, broadcasting live. So exciting, Maude.
Yeah, day 3 happening. We haven't spoken too much about smart home and the associated tech with that. Super excited to bring back Kim Wetzel, who is the smart home editor for Digital Trends. And Jamie, you were here last year, back again this year. James Siminoff is the CEO and founder of Ring Security, award-winning company to help us not only with outdoor security, but with some weirdos that are living in the world. So thank you for protecting us.
You know, it's been a great week with CES, but we've also had some interesting stuff happening outside of the show.
Now, last year when we spoke, the security footage that you had captured from one of your doorbell devices actually helped save a murder. How do you top that this year? And tell us about your new product that is now award-winning too.
You know, because our mission really is to reduce crime in neighborhoods, and we've done great things this year in doing that and caught lots of bad guys and criminals, but somehow this week, someone really just sort of...
That only happened this week.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it yet. And I don't know if I want. Should we describe what this is? So this is a video that was captured.
I don't know if I mean, we are on camera. I'm not sure if I can actually describe it. What I will say is the person is a doorbell licker.
They licked a doorbell for 3 hours.
It was 3 hours. As someone said, 2 hours is understandable, 3 hours is ridiculous.
That's just, it's gone too far.
That's too far, that's too far. I don't recommend anyone to see it, but you have to see it.
Got it.
And you will never unsee it.
Right, and isn't there a certain, like, he's actually looking into the camera while doing it.
So
it's very personal.
So it's very...
Well, so during the 3 hours, there's some camera looking. You know, he's really kind of, doing all the different types of things that you would do in that type of situation.
Well, I mean,
one-man show, really.
When that's what you're doing.
If you're going to go viral, you got to give it your all, I guess. Got to be memorable.
Well, I guess it could have been worse, too. Could have done other things.
That's true. That's possible.
And so,
well, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not even get. That's where we cut it. Pull it.
Start talking about the fundamentals.
Okay, you just
It's day 3. Things get a little loose around here at this point.
Obviously, that's where it goes to the next, the next extension, I guess, of the product. But let's talk about what the purpose is of it and why Ring is such a successful company.
So, I mean, Ring has been successful because we've stuck to a mission of reducing crime in neighborhoods. We've built effective and affordable security for our neighbors, which is what we call our customers, starting at the Ring video doorbell around the front door. We now have 4 different doorbells in our line, from $99 to $499. So we really cover that use case really, really well, except for when people live in apartments, multifamily units, like these kind of dwellings that are tighter where you literally don't have a doorbell. And what we found is that those people have peepholes or door viewers. Yeah. And so we built our Ring video doorbell technology into now we call it the Door View Cam. So you can now install this without any tools, you're not modifying the door, you can be a renter, and you literally it kind of sandwiches in, you take out the old peephole, you put this in, and now you have all the convenience monitoring security of the Ring video doorbell in a rental unit or a higher density unit. So it really addresses this sort of complete other market. So now you can help solve crimes, be safer at home, and if someone's licking your wall, you'll be able to tape it.
Yeah.
Not my wall.
Well, that's
a wall.
Yeah, non-judgmental, whatever the wall is. So, Kim, why don't you walk us through what made you select this as the best, and maybe we'll walk through the award side of this.
Absolutely. So if you can see it, there's actually, you don't get rid of the peephole or door viewer. It's still there. And then you have the camera, and then you have the doorbell too.
Yeah.
And it's just something we haven't seen in the market before. There was a flood of video doorbells that came out at CES this year, as you're probably aware of. But this stood out because, as you said, it essentially gives those with like high HOA like restrictions and renters who have lease restrictions, they can't hardwire or drill in a battery operated doorbell. And so this is a perfect way for them to get the added peace of mind without having to make permanent marks on the door or the door frame or any of that.
Lose their deposit over something.
Yeah.
Right.
And we added some, we definitely looked at this for a while. So we added some features like a door knock sensor because we don't know if people actually use the button, but it doesn't matter because the door knock sensor. And then we also did some changes to our motion detection so that, because in an apartment, people walking by might not be something you want to see. It's only when someone stands there. And so we did a lot of stuff around the technology so that you can actually set it so that it's only alerted when someone's standing in front of the door, not when they're walking by.
Got it. Another thing that's gone quite viral lately, and something that's becoming an epidemic, if that's fair to say, package theft.
Yes.
This is something that's really becoming a problem because we live in a convenient society. More and more people are using products, like Amazon and home delivery, but more often than not, these packages aren't actually making it to the person, like me recently, this has happened. And then there was a viral video where someone actually set up the glitter bomb to activate and to...
That was awesome.
That was so good, but I don't have that intellectual prowess to put together...
That guy was like, he works for NASA. So
Yeah.
I can't compete
Former
with
astronaut, I think.
that. But it sounds like that this actually would probably be such a solution to stop package theft from happening.
Yeah, we've had a great impact on package theft. I mean, it is an epidemic. It is growing. This year, we've caught a lot of package thieves. We have our Neighbors app, so where people are posting video of people doing things. It turns out a lot of package thieves are actually very local to those areas, and so someone will notice who it is, and they'll get caught.
Is that Bob?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So really, we have had a great impact. We'll continue, obviously, it is a big thing affecting our neighborhoods, and as a company that's trying to make neighborhoods safer, it is a crime that is growing that we need to help solve.
Yeah, we're actually looking at some footage right now where it's like the Neighbours team at Ring worked with the community and local media to help solve a murder, robbery, all that kind of stuff. And I think, safety is something that will never, ever not be important, It's a huge thing. And I love that this is multi-purposeful in a way. Women that live by themselves in apartments, even if it's on the bottom floor, in Los Angeles, there was a serial murderer that targeted women like that. I like to read about those things.
The problem with apartments is that they usually do have a security door or something, between your door and that. But what would what do you do when someone follows you into the apartment? You hold the door open for them because you don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know who it is. And so that problem with those security doors is they're not secure. And so you do need to have some sort of your own personal, defense systems in your apartment to feel safe and have that peace of mind at home.
So with this, with the doorbell, I'm assuming you can access the footage, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you have live view. You're going to get notified if someone's there, notify if someone rings it, notify if someone knocks. You can anytime you can go in and see it, set your motion. And so you really, all the same functionalities of the Ring Video Doorbell, see and talk to someone, so you can also have that presence. Hey, I'm in the back, I can't come to the door, but you could be on a business trip halfway around the world. And so, again, that presence is what we see as being so important to stopping crimes, because criminals usually are looking for empty places. So someone might come into the apartment building, be knocking on doors, waiting, and then break in. And so just saying, hey, sorry, I'm not interested, or I don't know what you're doing in here. That's enough to sort of even, and not only scare them out of your door, but probably out of the apartment building.
Yeah. This is a tech show, so I kind of want to talk about the tech behind this all. Let's talk battery life. Let's talk footage.
Taking a look here right now, too. We just have a comment coming through on YouTube. Ronald Reagan, shocker right there, on YouTube, said, has the Ring doorbell and the floodlight cam. Loves them both.
That's the real Ronald Reagan.
Thank you, Ronald Reagan.
Well, that's your marketing.
A could-be president of the United States who's not with us anymore might have our products.
We can't confirm or deny.
I certainly can't deny it.
We just read the comments.
From the dead
But on the tech, I always say we're not a tech company because we're a solutions company. But the tech on this, like anything we do, I think is pretty amazing in terms of the motion detection, how that works. We have obscuring zones on this, so if maybe there's an apartment next door and you don't want to actually tape that, you can actually in the app obscure those areas. So again, when you're in a sort of a place where maybe it's a little bit private public, now you can sort of deal with those areas. The battery is removable, so you actually take the battery out, charge it 4 to 6 months. So probably charging it maybe 3 to 4, 2 to 3 times a year.
Wow.
So it's really a little bit. And again, I think you pointed it out. I think at things like CES, when we design products, sometimes we forget about the user. And so we're just put a screen on it, everything's tech. And what we realized when we looked at this, because we did think about putting a screen on the back, the screen's going to eat battery. The screen takes time to load. The screen is only as good as the screen in terms of even if it's a 4K screen, it's 4K. Your eye, and having a lens is actually perfect. And it's immediate. So if you're at the door where you look at the screen, why not just look through the peephole
Right.
And then you don't have to worry like if the battery went out or something else, like it's always going to work for you. And so it's sometimes interesting when you can keep some of the pieces from an old product, a peephole is a very old kind of concept, and marry it with new technology in a way that's sort of beneficial to both things.
Now we kicked off the show this morning with one of the Sharkies, a Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington. Now you have a long-standing relationship with Shark Tank. You recently came back on as a guest judge as well.
Yeah, so I'm a guest shark. So.
And how was that? Because when you first went there, you didn't manage to sort of like land it, but now you've come back on and you're like, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but
I mean, not a big deal, but we are the largest company ever to appear on Shark Tank. I mean, so
no big deal.
No big deal. I mean, I'm just throwing. I mean, it's just something we say.
That must have felt good though.
I mean, it really did feel like humbling, surreal, good. I mean, to me, it's one of those things where when I went on Shark Tank, that was like a goal. Like, that was amazing to be as an entrepreneur on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
If I said, like, my goal is actually not only to go on Shark Tank, but to get so successful that I'm going to be a shark. I mean, that's like, it never happened. So it's like the most ridiculous goal ever. And so, going from that to then being on, I mean, it's like, it's insane. Like, it's not I always tell my wife, someday I'm going to wake up, this whole thing was going to be a dream. I'm going to be like the most pissed off person at work.
It was so good. Well,
yeah, like that dream was so great.
Take a look at some of the comments that are coming through. Let's see, Virus Grave on YouTube. Ring is working with us at our sheriff's department in the IT department. They are seriously dedicated to neighborhood services, which it sounds like just from the start of the company. That's really one of the things that you're looking for.
Yeah, no, I mean from the start, neighborhoods we call our customers neighbors. Neighborhoods have always been sort of our market. And so we're always looking at how can we help with our technology. And it's, again, products and services. So a lot of our stuff we do is in the Neighbors app, in the sort of social side of how you share the data in a privacy and secure way. But it's not just the sort of the consumer, the consumer electronics stuff is great. It's easy to show. It's fun. It's especially at a show like this. But the reality is there's so much more to these products. And when you really sort of build a service around it and an experience, I think that's how you win against, like, as you said, there's lots of people launching products, but they're not launching experiences. And I think that's where, where companies like us are able to still succeed against a sea of competition.
I use the Neighbors app too, and I get reports of like thefts, robberies in my neighborhood. For better or worse, I don't know if I want to know about it, but at least
Door
I'm well
lickers,
informed, which is really great to have that information.
Yeah.
And I think, also that notion of community is really, really strong. Like, yes, it is a device. It's something that, everyone should have. But the fact that everyone, even if you don't have the product, you get to benefit from it as well. So it's like giving back big time. I dig that.
And that really has always been our thing, that it's like, if someone gets this in their apartment building, it will help secure other apartments.
Yeah.
Like, we're good with that. That's like, we want to make everyone's life better there. And we think if we do that, people will reward us with their purchases at some point in the future or sometime. And so far that's worked out. And so we really do look at kind of like the building as our customer, even if just one person, one neighbor actually purchases.
Well, and with that kind of viewpoint, building this community of it, what's on the horizon for Ring? What's the next step?
We also launched a smart outdoor lighting products. So it's delivering that presence that, like when you now go up to a house, everything around that home turns on. And so we came out with that. We have our Ring alarm, which we launched a bunch of new stuff in that. So the stuff that we're going to continue to do will all be around invention, where we do not see someone else innovating, where we can make neighborhoods safer. Where we see people innovating that are also making neighborhoods safer, maybe it's the door lock space, we'll partner. And so I think what you'll see over time now with Ring is a lot of partnerships in places where there's other companies doing a great job and we don't need to do that. And then there'll be places where we'll see things that no one's doing, smart outdoor lighting, door view cams, where we believe we have to be the ones to go out there and stake the claim and invent the product.
To be the leader in it. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
On your award. Kim, I'm sure this took a lot of time. I mean, I can't even imagine what our editors go through with how many different products you see.
Yeah, smart home is everything, basically.
Yeah.
So
everything is part of smart home.
So there was only like 5 companies.
only 5.
Yeah, we'll fledge the
500,000.
Barely getting by.
And it really is. I mean, it's a great honor to be rewarded for our team's work in what we do. We try to do something good and try to do something impactful, and it's always nice to have someone sort of respect that and honor us with that. So we do really. It means a lot to us, and we thank you. So.
Fantastic. Well, Jamie, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks.
With your very busy schedule, we really appreciate it. For Ring, congratulations on the award.
Yeah, well done
Top
for that.
security, top tech,
you're
CES 2019. Oh, yes, with the blue. as well.
And don't go anywhere. Smart home is still happening. Kim's going to stick around as well. The next up, we're chatting with Samsung about their appliances.